Alright, so what we are going to do today is go over each and every important thing in Grand Cross Global that you're going to want to do on a daily basis. Now, if you're wondering, the actual in-game list of dailies is just one of the things that you're going to want to do on a daily basis. This list doesn't even come close to the real list of dailies in the game. This is just some of the stuff here. So that's an obvious important one, but there's many other things. And there is an absurd amount of stuff to do in Grand Cross Global. It is super easy to be overwhelmed in this game. It's really difficult to keep track of a lot of this stuff. You kind of have to do it yourself. I like to have a list, or at least some way to remind me of the things that I need to do daily, because a lot of them give really good rewards that are really quick, really easy to get. So let's go through this list in a video format. So of course, we started off with the basic one, which is going to be your daily tasks. Very simple. This is the one that the game organizes for you very easily. So that's obviously going to be an important one. Now, the next one is going to be your guild check-in. Don't forget to do this not only for yourself, but for your guild. Make sure that you guys are getting your 20 or so check-ins at the minimum so that your entire guild can end up getting the gem. If you have too many people in your guild that are inactive or forgetting to do this, well, you're going to be missing out on a free gem that you can get every single day. So all you have to do is go over here, click the little button here, and you're good to go. So that's another thing on the list. Next up is going to be stuff in the tavern. Now, there's actually a few things in here, so let's go over what they all are. Okay, so number one is collect your free ale. This is a free friendship or affinity, I guess is what it is. It's free affinity for the character that you want to choose. So you can get 3 or 4 of these, depending on if you have the decoration. Another one is your melodious cooking. Very, very important. So when you do your cooking daily, I always do my cooking daily on melodious. And the reason why is so that I can knock out 2 birds with 1 stone. I've got my cooking daily, which gives me my stamina potions. And I can also get the affinity, because this will give you like 100 or maybe even 200. But it gives you affinity for melodious, which is once a day you can do this. Speaking of affinity, you want to do the other things in the tavern that give you affinity as well. So, like just cleaning this table, serving them drinks. Have I not done this one today? No, I did. See, I'm on top of this stuff. And the music player. So, you know, really easy stuff. If he's already maxed out, I guess you don't have to worry about it as much. Still make sure to get your ale, but, you know, that takes just a few seconds. Alright, next one. Really easy one to accidentally forget. I've actually forgotten this one at least a couple of times. It's super, super important. And that is your friendship points. So go over to your friends here and click on the send all button. If you guys haven't done this already, make sure you add this somewhere in your daily list. This is a huge amount of friend points just by sending them out. They're going to get sent over to your mailbox here. And not only do you get the points for using other people's characters in quests, you're going to get a massive amount of points just by sending them out to your friends right there. So now, something that I like to throw in at the same time that I send out my friend requests and collect my points is I like to immediately go to the shop so that I do not forget. Go over to the coin shop, go over to friendship points, and immediately buy this dungeon orb. By far, the best thing that you can buy with friendship points. By far. Now, in my opinion, it's like a must-have. I mean, these things, SSR pendants are so scarce, and being able to get 3 additional dungeon runs for 2,000 friendship points is huge. And honestly, nothing else is really worth it. I mean, you've got the stamina potions, you got the gold keys. It doesn't compare. The value, you can get stamina potions for much better value in the silver coin shop, whereas the event dungeon bundles, you can see it's a 10-to-1 ratio now instead of a 5-to-1 ratio. So I like to do this so that I don't forget. It's almost a mandatory on my list, but maybe for you it's not quite a must-do. But if I forget a day where I don't get this, I'm definitely going to be upset. So, alright, now speaking of coin shop, because we're already here, make sure that you claim your free SSR chest. This thing right here, the first time each day, it does not cost 3 silver coins. It's going to be free, so that's just free gold. Takes half a second. Make sure to do that. We're in this menu, so we might as well do the other stuff while we are in this menu here. There's going to be an equipment draw for free, 20,000 in gold. This one's like not really the biggest deal if you forget it, but hey, it's still something for free, so you might as well get it. Maybe you'll get lucky and get you know, a good awakening stone or an anvil or something like that. Now, if you have made purchases, this is only an if. If you have the monthly bundle or the weekly bundle or any of these right here, you can see that I'm a mini whale because I did buy these. Make sure that you claim these rewards. It'll be flashing up on your screen with an exclamation point. So these ones are a bit more difficult to accidentally miss out on, but still, make sure you do that. And let's see here. I think that's everything in this menu. So now, speaking of summons and gems and all that stuff, don't forget your free daily summon. Although it's technically not free 100% anyway, because you do have to watch an ad. But this draw one time on this banner here, each day you get one free single summon if you watch a quick ad. It's absolutely worth it in my opinion, but if something about ads really drives you crazy, then you know what? You don't have to do it, but it's basically like 3 gems for free. It is on this banner though, just a heads up. So if there's a limited banner that's out, you won't be able to watch the ad to get a free summon on that limited banner. That would be nice, but that was the first thing went through my head. Nope, unfortunately it's got to be on this banner right here, so... Alright, now, speaking of ads, well, we're already there and watching ads, well, we might as well finish watching the rest of them for our free gold in the inbox, although, once again, it's not 100% free, because you do have to watch 3 ads in order to get these 3 SR chests, but that's, again, just like sending out the friendship coins. This is one of the easier ones to forget about. I know I've accidentally forgotten this one. Not as big of a deal, in my opinion, as the friendship coins, but still, take advantage of that extra gold while you've got the chance. Alright, so if you think we are done, we are not even close. You still got a lot of other stuff to go through. We're in the tavern here, so let's go over to the events menu here. Let's go to events. Make sure that you guys have done whatever events are running here. There's usually something running that gives you 2 gems. So let's see, I don't remember which one it is right now. It's the Awakening one, right? But this will shift over to like clear a boss fight or participate in PvP. But this is definitely one you do not want to forget about. And now that they moved around the event screens a little bit since the last update, this is a little bit easier to forget now compared to before. So we got like the enhancement event right now, then there's like a free stage one. But this one right here, if you guys are watching this video shortly after it's uploaded and not, a month or 2 down the road, this is a really easy one to forget. This is huge. For literally clicking a button, taking 1 second, share for rewards, all you have to do is click the share button. You don't even have to do anything. It just, once you click that and click out of it, it'll complete it for you. And then you get an additional run to your SP dungeon, the good one for SSR pendants, just by that right there. So, do what you have to do here. Exchange anything that's going to expire or is limited. Check the notices, but do all of your stuff in the actual event screen right there. Now, I mentioned SP dungeons. Very important. You probably have already done a bit of SP dungeon stuff for the just regular old daily quests. But if you have any leftover, I guess currency or tokens, credits, whatever you want to call it, stuff here that if you let it get to maximum, you're essentially losing out. Make sure that you use it at this point. The ones that take 8 hours to refresh, of course. Your gold keys, don't let that hit maximum. This is technically not daily. These take 8 hours to refresh, so you could go a bit more than a day. These take 1.5 hours, so 15 hours, so you might have to check this one at least twice a day, but make sure you use any of the currency that you have in here while it's limited. Now, another really important one, probably the most difficult one to manage in terms of like balancing out your time and having to interrupt all the other stuff that you're doing in game, is PvP. So, very important though. Once you unlock PvP, you're going to have your PvP tokens, just like your stamina, which takes 1 hour each to regenerate. You can get 5 of them. So, this one is one of the ones where you're going to have to check several times a day. But do not let this PvP currency or your arena battles, the stuff you can use to fight in the arena, don't let it go to waste. Even if you're going to lose or, just switch over to elite and auto lose, whatever you want to do, even if you're not climbing, I would still try not to let it go completely to waste. At least you can get some coins to buy stuff in the shop. So that's another one. Obviously, stamina. You've probably used, I haven't mentioned stamina yet because you've probably used a decent amount of stamina just working on your dailies and whatnot at this point, so you're probably not wasting it, having it be at the maximum right now, but, make sure that that pretty much never happens if you don't have to have it happen. Alright, so everything PvP related. Now, the next one is, this one is going to be one of the ones where you don't have to, max this one out every single day, but it's something to at least be mindful of, and that is your boss battles. If you're one of the people who does all 6 of these every day, then, this should absolutely be on your list. I would say while there is a half stamina event going on for boss battles, though, you absolutely want to do all 6 of them each day. But when there's no half stamina one, everyone's going to have a little bit different preferences to how they handle this, but something to be mindful of on the list of stuff that you want to do daily. Next up is town stuff. This is like actually having to travel around to the different towns. So what I mean by this is, let's actually head over to chapter 1 just so I can show you as an example. There's a couple of different things that you are going to want to be mindful of that are on a daily limit in the towns, even if you decide not to do them each day. Now, the obvious one is going around and breaking the barrels. That's going to give you cooking ingredients as well as the possibility of gold. You can look at them on your map. They have that magnifying glass icon. This, again, is not quite daily. They regenerate over time. I don't know exactly how long it takes, but if you check it once a day, that's probably going to be good enough. Maybe twice a day if you want to. But just be mindful of these icons because that could be some free stuff. Let's just break open a couple of them and see what we get here on the video. What do we get? Cooking ingredients. Okay, cooking ingredients. And you will get gold from these as well. There we go, 2,000 gold. Okay, so next up is your shops. You know, if you want to buy out the cooking ingredients, that's an option for you. If you're going for, you know, affinity on people and you want to get as many ingredients as you can without having to farm other quests, I would recommend, if you are going to be buying a lot of stuff, make sure that you do this after your boss battle for the 20% discount. And then, if you're really buying a lot of stuff, then go over to the village donations and make sure that you donate 30,000 gold so that you get the buff for another 20% discount. So you have two 20% discounts. This one you have to do some quick math to see if 30,000 gold is what it costs to get the buff. If the amount of stuff that you are buying is you're going to save more than 30,000 gold by getting the buff rather than paying the price for it, if that makes sense. So this is great when we have the village donation events as well, because you can get these buffs and accumulate towards the 1 million gold. And then, you know, after getting all these buffs, you should be close to that 1 million reward by the end of the week. But we don't have that going on right now. So, all right. And then now we are actually finally getting close to the end of the list of stuff to do. The only things really that I have left are go back to the actual events, or if you already know what it is. If there's a half stamina event going on, you really want to try to do this stuff like as quickly and as efficiently as you can, because at this point, you're really going to want to get your grind on and get as much out of the half stamina events as you can, especially if it's the SP dungeon one for books to farm for gold. You know, this is just general farming, or another thing you can do if you don't want to use stamina potions or you're out of stamina, or you just want to chill, just hanging out and waiting for boss battle requests as well. I have my notifications turned off for the video, but if you have them on, just sitting around, you're going to get a decent amount of these. And the last thing I wanted to talk about in this video is like progression. You know, working through your actual towns versus doing your daily stuff, right? Or if you're still playing through the story. What is more important? Now, in most games, I always say do your daily checklist stuff first, because you can always come back and do progression stuff later on. It's not going anywhere. It's always going to be there. Whereas if you miss out on your daily checklist type stuff, if you get to the end of the day and you still haven't finished stuff, those are rewards and free stuff that you are missing out on. The only exception is it's a little bit different in Grand Cross, because a lot of the dailies, like especially for these daily task lists, they actually get better as you progress through the story. So, you know, this one is a little bit different, but try to be consistently working on the story to unlock better dailies while also doing as many of the things mentioned in this video as you possibly can, because you're going to rack up a ton of free rewards. This game is very generous. There's a lot of stuff that is handed to us, and doing this daily checklist is really going to help maximize the free stuff that you get. Anyway, that's going to be it for the video. I hope that it was helpful. If you guys enjoyed, consider subscribing to the channel for more. And until next time, this is Salt of the Salty Guild signing out.